When I'm using my 5-foot ladder, I'm basically trying to only go up a few steps, and I'm pretty tall, I'm 6'3". I'm basically just trying to see over the first, well, not the first, sometimes it is the first, but second and third sandbar. It's really hard to see over those waves, especially if the water is really, really rough. So to see your Aquacat way out there, a lot of times you like lose track of it if you're just not on a ladder. You just can't see it at all, and that's pretty scary. And it's not always going straight when it's that rough, so having that ladder gives me the advantage of being able to actually see above all those waves. Oh, and gives me better range as well. So if you have a shark rack, that also gives you pretty good range. So, you know, those are things to consider, especially if you're gonna get an Aquacat. Okay, so you can open it like this. Throw in your bait in here. Put your swivel on here. Little slots here. Make sure your cables are going through here and everything's not touching. And you can close it down. That's one way. Another way is to, again, put this weight on the outside of here. And this time, you're either going to put the hook on the eye hole or through this loop here where it's connected. And say the bait's out here. For bigger baits, I like to hook them through the head or through parts of the body. And I usually use cotton twine because you don't want it to come off. And it's also biodegradable. So you can always look up cotton twine and use that and kind of wrap it around the bait and tie it down so it doesn't come off before you drop it. And then another way is if the bait's just so big and you can't get your weight on, and you can just drag your weight. So that's another option, is just drag this and drag your weight. Of course, some of these are gonna get bent back and it's not gonna hold as well, but I mean, that is always an option. I've done it before. So that's the 3 different ways. I've recently added like string on here so I don't lose my controller in the water if I'm doing it myself, type of thing. But at the same time, you need to shut off your Aquacat because you may be pushing buttons and stuff. So it's kind of difficult to try to do on your own, but it's worth it. So you definitely do not want to drop this in the controller. Another problem is if you're going to pick up your Aquacat and you got string on you and stuff, you don't want to dip your controller into the water. So that's another thing to keep eye out for when you're doing it yourself.